Hey folks, here's a simple way to enhance your snare drum sound without any EQ, without any compression. It's very simple. Let me show you how to do it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so as you can hear, the snare drum, the drums are a little flat sounding. Let's see what the snare sounds like by itself. I'm going to solo it here, and let's listen to that. You can see it doesn't sound very good. The snare drum could use a little help, so let's see what we can do with that. Let's hear it with the bass guitar and the guitar and see what the drum and the whole picture kind of sounds like here. So first thing you want to do is grab your sample. So just click on it with your hand tool, and you get that by either clicking on the hand tool here or hit the smart tool. Hit this line up here. It will activate all of these and they'll act as one. And you'll get a hand when you highlight right here. So I click on it, I hit Command C, that copies it. Then I go back up here. Since I'm in the smart tool, I need my selector tool. You can either do it that way or stay in the smart tool, which I like to do. Click anywhere before any snare drum that you want to have the sample. So I'm going to click here. Then if you hit with the tab to transients on, this button here, you hit tab. And that will bring that right to the snare drum. And since we've already copied our snare drum, now all we have to do is hit the semicolon key, and that brings it down right here exactly. And then I bet you guessed it, Command V to paste. And there we go. We have a snare drum right there in time. You can see this sample makes a big difference to the snare sound. So let's hear it before and after. Right? So that's a big difference. Now what you want to do the whole track is you're going to go back up to the snare drum. It seems like it's long, but it really isn't. If you get fast at it, you just go tab to the next one, semicolon, Command V, go up to the next one, semicolon, Command V, next one, tab, semicolon, Command V, and you can see that you can do this really quickly. So there, I did a bunch of them. Let's hear what that sounds like. Now the volume of them isn't dialed in yet. We'll do that in a minute. But I just wanted to show you the quick and easy way that you can add samples and line them up to your drums without needing any sampler, any tool, any plug-in, spending any money, nothing like that. You want to find something that complements the sound of the original snare drum you recorded. Maybe you think it needs a little more crack, so then you find a sample that has that. Maybe you think it needs a little more low end, then you find a sample that has that. So you find something that complements it. And keep in mind, here's another cool thing. You can add multiple samples, and we'll do that too. So let me get this set up. I'll show you that, and I'll play that for you in a minute. So a quick way to do this is if you just use the P key and the semicolon, it will go up and down. If I go to this one, I got it tab to, I go down, I paste my sample, then I go P to go back up, hit the tab key till I tab over to the snare, semicolon down, paste. P back up, tab over till I get to it, semicolon down, paste. P back up, tab, semicolon down, paste. And that's a quick way to get through it. Okay, so now that we got them all up there, let's see what we got. I'm going to do it without the sample, and then I'm going to add a sample, and I'm going to kind of blend it in. And what I'll do, let me bring the mixing board up so we can see this a little better. Here's our snare samples, this yellow one and this purple one. This green one's our original snare drum. So let's hear what that sounded like. And I'm going to pull these faders down because I don't know how loud I want these samples to be. So let's play it. As you can see, the snare is kind of 1970s sounding, right? So let's add a sample. You can see the drums sound better with the sample. So let's see what the other sample sounds like. Let's see what that's going to give us. Now this sample's a little darker sounding, and you hear this, right? You hear a little reverb tail of it. You might think, well, that sounds like too much reverb. That sounds funky. But let's hear it with the music, because in the music, a lot of times the reverb gets eaten up and you don't hear it. So there you have it. Quick, easy way to make your drums have a little more life without EQ, without compression. Of course, you can add those things and I'm sure it'll enhance it. But this is a quick, easy way if you got a bad recording, sucky snare drum sound, to bring it to life. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. Have fun trying this. Hopefully it works for somebody out there. And we'll see you next time.